Hello and welcome everybody to the Growing Up event. Hope that you're all good. Time to chase those 400 candy evolutions in the game. But first and foremost, big thanks to Shiny Pokémon who gifted us the Power Up May ticket, which is much like the others. It gives us the boost of gifts and extra bonuses and things like that. So Sandra, really appreciate your generosity on that one. Diving straight into this event, what is on offer? Well, for myself, not a whole lot, but let me know in the comments below what you are chasing over the next couple of days. So it focuses mostly on a shiny boost for Wimpod, Magikarp, and Swablu, two of which have had previous community days in 2020 and 2021. Shout out to Leak Duck, of course. Scrolling on through. Your field research task for this one you're going to want to pay attention to. Unfortunately, it's a pool of 4 no matter what. There's no actual separation on this one, so evolve a Pokemon and power a Pokemon 5 times will give you one of those 400 candy evolution Pokemon. However, trade a Pokemon can give you Tandem Mouse, which I'm very, very down for. Still chasing to get a family of 3 for the hundo if we can. There are some returning additions to eggs. Toxel is back in 10-kilometer eggs, and the 2-kilometer eggs are kind of where it's at. We do have a collection challenge to complete for that. Happiny, Riolu, and Wimpod. Nimble is returning, and Rookidee that can't be shiny, still available to chase, but you know, it's a tiny Whelmer to kick things off. That's a boost, actually. XXL and XXS, maybe good a chance to stock up on some showcase winning Mons. But as an event goes, this is very much a catch-up for any of you guys who haven't had a chance to play maybe over the last couple of years. Myself, as you can see, nearly 12,500 Whelmer candy, Magikarp 14,500 candy, Swablu 12,000 candy, and finally the most recent addition of the 4, just 3,700 candy for Wimpod. So we might go catching some of those. You can drop yourself a Mega if you've got yourself some tier 3ers. Kyogre might be the best bet, but a water-type Mega will cover at least 2 of the shiny boosted spawns, shall we say. And we've got some extra stuff to do as well, which requires me to first of all drop a star piece. We have the deluxe pass for April to claim. There's 180 bits of stardust here to get, so let's claim all the rewards. Only 13,500 dust. We have the community research to complete with the background for Vanillite. And it's not a shiny, and it's not a hundo either, but it will have a backdrop on it. Don't forget we have Mega Kangaskhan Raid Day tomorrow. We will be covering that on the channel. It's a 93 background, could be worse. And I want to give a little shout out to Barside2 Paul, who's actually over here at the moment for a couple of days. He very kindly sent me a code for an APAC exclusive, I believe, Tully's Research. So we're going to do that today, and it gives us some encounters with an XXL Rookidee, actually. That's pretty fire. 282. I don't remember the quest hundo. I'm hoping that's going to pay off like it did with Delibird, where people told me in the comments, hey, by the way, that one you stacked was a hundo. This is a 93 XXL. We'll hang on to you, sir. Stage 2? Not stage 2. Actually, it's just Rookidee. Rookidee is coming later in May as a Dynamax Pokemon. Still won't be shiny eligible. In fact, there, oh my goodness me, Shiny Pokémon pop up just in time. I can say thank you again for another gifted ticket. This is covering the premium timed research for this event. It gives us a nice new event pose, which I won't be swapping in, I'm afraid. The hammer is too good. Cassandra, 2 tickets in 1 video. Really appreciate your generosity. This should be probably another Rookidee. Does give you some good items though. So again, Paul, thanks for the code. Here we go. We have to evolve. Oh my God, we have to evolve from Pokemon, catch stuff, and hatch eggs. Here we go again. There's not even half hatch distance during this event. The issue I have is that there is a collection challenge, as you can see here, that requires you to hatch all 3 Mons from 2Ks. Toxel will remain in 10-kilometer eggs going forward after this event, so don't feel pressured to get that. Otherwise, let's drop the daily incense. I'm gonna go and get a nice coffee because again, it's a beautiful day here in the UK. And let's just see what today brings, shall we? Because if there's a shiny boost, the last couple of events have really dropped some good shiny boosts. So maybe we can find ourselves some Carp, some Swablu, or some Wimpod. Well, we've sorted some refreshment for the day. However, we've got ourselves our first shiny of the event, and it's not a boosted one. Check it out here. We've just grabbed ourselves a shiny Dedenne. I was thinking back, I'm like, I never got the Christmas costume one. This is a fantastic shiny, and catching it in a coffee shop I think is quite amusing. I only ever got one before, and it was London Go Fest 2023. So this is literally my 2nd ever shiny Dedenne, and the fact we've just picked it up randomly from this event is quality. That nearly completes a research task, and it's a dead 1 star, but to be honest, I'm pretty sure the other one is just about the same. Over 1,600 checks. Absolutely awesome to have grabbed that one. So these are the numbers to look out for. 117 for Magikarp, can be a hundo or unfortunately a 98%er. Whelmer's going to be 629 CP, Swablu is 353, and Wimpod is 215. Obviously, that's the same from any research task, but Tandem Mouse is going to be 382. But I will say there's a definite boost on the XXL and XXS. Almost every other Pokemon you click is one of these super size or super small ones. It's rather a nice, fancy, flowery backdrop. We do have 3 research tasks. These are all power-up 5s. So it's going to be Carps, Whelmers, Wimpods, and Swabloos. There's the Wimpod, not a shiny, not a 100%er, and this one is the Carp. Not a hundo, unfortunately, but my plan is to try and get as many of those tasks completed as I can do, because if you're going to go for a shiny boost, you might as well try and go for one with good IVs on it. Tomorrow, we unlock the next stage of the Masterwork research, which is completing 100 field research tasks, plus a few other little bits that will get done. It should mean we'll be able to get our shiny Meloetta this Sunday, all being well if we work our arse off tomorrow. We've got something planned for Sunday, which means we'll be in a interesting location to get a shiny mythical. We very well might have a hundo Carp from research right here, 117. Let's see if we're going to get trolled or if it's going to be actually a 4-star, as the phone brightness is struggling already. It's not even that warm yet. Is it a hundo or 98? It's the 98, you can see there. Oh dear. We've just completed some egg hatching, but I would think it's worth showing you can still find Applin in the wild. It does appear, and actually, hysterically, I'm finding it more often in the wild now the event has finished than during the event. You can still find Applin. You don't have to burn those mossy lures, which I think is great. He's going to be pretty dead. The premium track research, which gives us berries. Again, Sandra, thank you very much for the gifted ticket. This should give a bunch of encounters. So first up, it's going to be the Carp that is so far off the hundo. The second check, there's going to be the Swablu, so I'm imagining it's going to go through all the 400 candy catches first. This is the Whelmer, still no pink one, and the fourth one should be a Wimpod. It is a Wimpod. Then it should be the remaining ones of like Nimbol. No, we've got Rookidee next. This could be a huge Tandemaus. That's fantastic. Maybe there'll be a Tandemaus showcase on Monday and Tuesday, who knows? Probably not, it'll be Carp. It's a massive mouse. And our final encounter could be the Dedenne. No, it's a Lucario. I did not expect to see you popping up here. This one could still be shiny because, of course, Mega Lucario was introduced a while ago. We get our event pose and another encounter for something. The Tandemaus. There's neither an XXL or a good one. Always hugely appreciate the gifted tickets for the events and things like that, genuinely. I have 1 2-kilometer egg. Come on. Also, Tapu Fini's back in the raids. Check back tomorrow, because if you want to join for Tapu Fini Raid Hour next week, you'll need to comment on the Mega Kangaskhan Raid Day video, dropping tomorrow, of course. We've got the phone cooler rocking and rolling right now, but we have 3 more research tasks. Power up 5s, gonna lag and give us a magic up. Into the stack you go, sir. We have this one that's a tiny Swablu, not 100% because it's 353, and then this one is the non-shiny Whelmer that is nowhere near 629 or whatever it was we needed. Am I going to get these 2Ks done? Where's my 2K? It'll get done eventually. A huge Swablu. Almost everything is either XXL or XXS. I don't know, if you're looking to get that badge completed for either of the medals, do it. It's super quick and easy to get it done. And worth chasing to get some big Carp too, because that has its own individual Fisher medal. Here's our first piece of boosted shiny goodness. Daily Incense, mind you, actually. Very cool to pick one of these up, just for the sake of ticking it off for the event. It's the first one of the 3 that are boosted. You would have just seen we hatched an XXS Riolu. Shiny from Daily Incense is going to be a 1-star. A shame it wasn't one of the many research tasks we've done. There's even a Whelmer. Oh, no, XXL Rookidee. Okay, and now the Whelmer's gone. We've got stage 2 of the Tully's research. Oh, if we get 3 Mindfu checks, yes please, because I actually still don't have that shiny. The 3 shinies, well, including the 2 new ones for the Go Fests, I actually still need it, so I'll be chasing Mindfu unless Tully's can deliver it. I can't remember the hundo, but we did get a hundo Mindfu from a 10-kilometer egg hatch back in 2021. Yeah, unfortunately not a purple one. You can go and check out the 24-hour challenge we were chasing for the World Championships event last year. That was a rather epic one. Oh, there we go. We get our Poffin and Pokeballs back, which is something. Oh. That's a problem. 800 max particles to collect. I think I've already done some collection today. Win 3 max battles, that could be done, and power up 5. Before we crack on with more quests and everything, a massive thanks, as always, to every single person who's on the Patreon squad who takes the support of this channel, the content, and me behind it to the next level. Because without you guys, we always say it, we wouldn't be here continuing the grind, continuing the challenges, continuing the live events, and everything in between. And a big welcome to Elise, who joined literally just this week. Great to have you on board, so thank you very much to every single one of you on these rolling credits here. Seems to be a little race going on between Shiny Boost and non-Shiny Boost. I couldn't tell it was shiny, of course, until the sparkles popped on screen. The Fungoose. Thing you should note about this Pokemon, obviously, if you're aware, is it's a boosted dust Pokemon, and it's weather boosted as well. So that's really nice and a really good one to catch. Okay, fine, I'll drop one of my golden razzes on you. This was made available as part of, I think, Seattle Go Fest in 2022. I remember getting my first ones over there. Weather boosted in the bag, 1 star, unfreaking believable. And the game crashed. Now, that says a lot. I'm glad it crashed now, not during the capture. See all Fungus, obviously the ones we have today, but there you go, 2022, 23rd of July, Seattle Go Fest was where we got our first. It's looking like a Swablu kind of day. 503 from the wild. So it's now 2 boosts, 2 non-boosts, although the boosts have been the same thing. Definitely some kind of shiny boost is active, but you are playing against your own RNG, of course. 503 is quite high, so it's probably trash. There you go. It's literally 19 checks. There you go. Boost is playing nice. Make it a 3-er. Perhaps not. Also, it seems that we've got a Squavet nest in Llamas, which would have been really good for the previous event. Another shiny boost has just pulled on through. 1 o'clock. It's a huge shiny Wimpod, which actually is something we definitely don't have in the storage. We do have the shiny family completed from last year. However, an XXL shiny is still something rather rare and snazzy. So the fact you can get them during this event with a little boost, I think is quality. Let me know, are you chasing a Wimpod shiny? Have you got the shiny family done, etc.? It's not the biggest one we've ever seen, but it's a 1-star. Giant shiny. Can't beat it, really. Well, you can. You could get an XXL Shundo, but no matter. Moving swiftly on, we're sort of running out of research tasks to go and do, to be honest. We've really swept a huge area. Not a single shiny from quests, I will say, but we do have 3 to evolve. Thank goodness the things like Nimbol, etc. still spawn, so you can just evolve. 3 evolves. It's going to give us 1 giant Wimpod. Fantastic. That is not 100%, so into the stack you go. Check 2, not a shiny Carp, and definitely not 100%. Rather cool we pulled one of those through today. And now a tiny Wimpod. Look, it isn't shiny, but it's not too far off of the 100%. And with that, some daily incense and Roar of Time have finally come to a close. And I think it was just the 1 Swablu shiny off of it, which is something. Real mix of event spawns, but no G-Bird whatsoever. And very few things that aren't event related, so maybe don't bother with the incense too much. Daily adventure incense during this event. We did finally hatch enough eggs to get the collection challenge done. It was about 7 or 8 2Ks, which I think is way too much. And I personally, let me know if you agree or disagree with this, it seems that they only put hatch related collection challenges on events that don't have a hatch distance reduction bonus. The spring into spring didn't have a hatch reduction, I don't think. So we finally get our encounter, which is something somewhat decent, and it's nowhere near 100%, but it's all good. We need the candies for it. Before we finish up today's little video, I thought, having looked at it, we could complete a Shiny Dex evolution, because there's one thing featured in this event that I haven't actually evolved. On a scale of 1 to terrible, this is awful. Today has been really solid. 5 shinies. The Tapu Fini was actually last night, so don't count that, to be honest. You may see that I have a shadow for Golisopod. I actually haven't evolved this one. Let's evolve this one, our very first shiny, into our Golisopod. It is 400 candies, and again, make sure you get your Mega down. If it's tier 2 or tier 3, preferably tier 3, get yourself the extra candies per catch. Make the most of it, but it's a good shiny, but a bit of a downgrade, I think. I wish it had a bit more red on there, but Shiny Dex coming on in, which is always lovely to see into the Alola region. And this thing, no idea if it's any good these days. It might be. Otherwise, that's going to conclude today's video. Make sure you check back tomorrow for Mega Kangaskhan Raid Day. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoy what you see, and of course you can click one of the links here available on the channel. Continue enjoying watching the content. We've got some more extreme challenges, we've got event travel stuff, and all manner of things in between. So I hope to see you all in the next one, peeps. Do take care.